Welcome back, everybody, or welcome if you are new. Today we're in the 358 modifieds here at Eldora. As you can see, this is like a recording. I've messed up my audio so bad, you could not hear me at all over the car, and because I did something weird before, and for some reason my desktop audio was all the way maxed, and I didn't have them separated, but now I do. So going forward, I won't have this problem anymore, at least. But I was just gonna show you guys that. Qualified first, that's the fastest I've ran by far. Before, in the practice, I ran a 670 or something like that. Yeah, I ran a 670 here. That's the fastest I ran before my qualifying lap. Don't really know how I got my qualifying lap, to be fair. I'll go back and watch the qualifying lap so you guys can see what happened. Just had like a really good lap. Let me go back to like where I was getting out of the pits. I just had a really good lap and ran the mid, I think, or did I run the high side in 1 and 2? I honestly can't remember, but because I've been trying to figure out this audio issue that I had. But I ran high in 1 and 2. Track came in super clean, and we just had a really good lap, able to keep the car really straight. Ran like the mid, the low side, and 3 and 4. There's a lot of grip down there in the beginning, and just had a lot of momentum going into the lap. I got a 585, so by far the best lap I've ever ran. Right off the start, the one had a huge start, and he was able to stick with me, and I had to throw a little bit of a slider going in the one, and then he kind of just took off and ran away with the race. And I'll show you the very end of the race as well, where we had a great race for basically second place. There was like 4-way battle for second place. One car was able to stick to my outside pretty well, so I kind of had to slide up a little bit. He was really good in 1 and 2. He was able to stick right to the edge of the wall. But yeah, like I just had to like do this over a little bit, and I didn't want to run a whole nother race, so you guys at least like saw this race. He was able to pinch me down a little bit there in 1 and 2, so I wasn't able to slide up on him. He was able to hook that outside wall in 1 and 2 and just fly by me. I liked the bottom in 3 and 4 for most of the race. That was the faster way around to me for about half of it, and then the top started working better. But he was able to stay like an inch away from this wall the entire time. Like there was no catching him after he got by me. I didn't even lead the first lap. He led the first lap, so good on him. He was super fast. But yeah, after this, he basically just kind of ran away, and towards the end of the race, it was like lap 20, where was it? Like 23, 24, where he was catching some lap traffic up there. But watch the guys behind me. They were kind of like battling it out. The 4 car came all the way from 7th place. He came from 7th all the way up to 3rd at this point, and me and him have a pretty good battle. He ends up getting by me, and then I have a pretty good battle with the 3rd, but it's pretty much a 4-way battle for 2nd here towards the end. The track, you can see how worn out this track got through the race. It was kind of crazy. 13 car, he got out of the way of the leader. The 11 car was able to stay pretty consistent. That's all you really need in a lap car, is if they hold their line, they at least are predictable, and we have to get around them. We're the faster cars. But 4 car runs right up on me. He doesn't hit me. It was a really good, clean race here towards the end, and I'll go back into the replay as well that I did afterwards to show how close we really were. But in 3 and 4, you're able to grip so much down there. He was side by side with me here. 1 and 2 was still pretty quick up top. You just have to run it right, and you really have to be like an inch away from this wall and not hit it. I was really close. I scraped it there. Didn't want to completely destroy it, because if your front tire comes back across and hits that wall, you're going to be going up in the air, probably getting some tire like wheel damage. So, but the 4 was just really good. You really had to throw it in deep there and into these corners to keep it low and really keep the grip. 3 cars started coming up, and then we also had the 5 up here as well. He didn't really become a factor, but the 3 and I got real close. He was side by side with me here, coming off of that corner, but then he blinked, and then he popped up on the inside of us. That was terrifying, because also I was on the inside of a lap car and did not know where the 3 was. We had 2 laps left here. 3 car had a pretty good run there. I was able to clear him off of the corner. I just liked the bottom once the top completely worn out. The 1 car you could see up there was just ripping the wall the entire time. He was super fast. Last lap, last corner, I just hugged the inside wall so the 3 doesn't throw a slider on me at all. And the 4 went all the way from 7th to 2nd. He was super fast. Like, it was absolutely crazy. Great race overall. Right here is where I go back and look at the beginning of the race, where the 1 had a huge start. he had a really good start, and he was able to rip that outside and just get so much momentum through 1 and 2. He went low there, threw a slider. I had a good amount of momentum, able to get back, throw a slider, not really throw a slider on him because he goes low right there into 1 and 2, which was smart. And then he just goes up and just rips the wall, and it's gone from there, basically. And he was just absolutely gone from us. And then I go all the way towards the end. He went from 7th to 2nd, which is awesome. And then here's where he caught me. And we had a pretty good race. He was really fast there on the bottom. He pretty much looked like he stuck down there the entire time. He caught me in a couple laps really fast, and then he got so close to me going into this corner, but I'm happy he didn't hit me. It was good, hard, clean racing up front, and that's all I want. I love racing like this, regardless of where you're at in the field. I had to go high there. 3 and 4 had a lot of grip. The 3 car really threw it into that corner. But in 1 and 2, it was still fast up top. Like, you could see how much speed I was getting through the corner right here. It's just I didn't want to smack that wall, and I barely scraped it. I had to get off the gas a little bit, and I was still quicker coming off the corner. You just had to really hit it right. But that turn 2 wall comes up real quick. But 3 and 4, he was able to grip really well at the bottom. And then we just had the lap cars up ahead where it got real sketchy this next lap with the 3 car blinking. Because I think right here, I still stay on the high side because I didn't want to go down and potentially hit the back end of the 4. 3 car had a really good 3 and 4. I was able to pretty much clear him there. He blinked, and I was going the inside of the lap car, which he goes real high, and then the 3 car comes back in all of a sudden. Scared the crap out of me. He was gone all the way from turn 4, coming off turn 4, going into turn 1. Did not know that he even blinked when we were racing, but when he popped up on the left, that scared the crap out of me because I have 3 screens where I could see on the side of the cars. But good race overall. We finished, where was it? We started first, fell back to 3rd. So it wasn't an awful race overall. Somehow I got that qualifying lap. And then once the results came in, here are the results. The 1 car, he was at 4,600 iRating. I think the strength of field was like 2230, something like that. It was a pretty good strength of field. Most of the guys were over 2K. A few guys were just a couple hundred under that. So it was a pretty good field overall. I fell from 1st to 3rd, gained 27 iRating. Very happy about that. The 4 car, this is where I noticed that he came from 7th to 2nd. It is not very easy to pass in these cars, but he was flying through the field. And you just see how much quicker the 1 car was than everybody else. He was the only one in the 6s for the fast time. So, very happy with how this race went. Sorry that this audio got real messed up, but I won't have this issue again going forward. And I did say in the beginning of the recording, which I completely forgot at this point because I was trying to figure out all this stuff, that I had a thing yesterday from 9 to 9, so that's why I didn't have a race out yesterday, and I was only able to have enough time to do 1 race today, so this was the one I did over the street stocks at Williams Grove. So we only had 2 races out this week. Sorry for that. Next week we'll be back to normal 3-4 races a week, and I was really busy this weekend because I had a thing from 9 to 9 yesterday, and it was just super hectic, and didn't have a lot of time to race this weekend, unfortunately. But happy we gained some iRating. I think both races this week we gained iRating, so we're up to 3655. Very happy about that. But appreciate you guys for watching as always. Again, sorry for the issue and why this video is so weird and kind of really short then, because I wasn't able to get the audio separated from the race to my mic, but I have that fixed now, so that won't happen in the future. Appreciate you guys for watching as always. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video regardless, and see that I actually did decent in this race. Unfortunately fell down to 3rd, but still gained some iRating. Happy about that. Fun race overall. Love with the clean, hard racing up front. Very fun. And appreciate you guys for watching as always. Sorry for keep saying that, and I'll catch you guys in the next race.